Hello friends, this is CA Bharat welcoming you to this session on performance of contract. We have already completed 3 units of the Indian Contract Act 1872. The first unit was on the nature of contract, the second was on consideration, and the third was on essential features or characteristics of a contract. This is the fourth unit on the Contract Act 1872. This is a very important part in the Indian Contract Act 1872. Until now, we have studied about the formation of contract. Now on, we study about the performance of contract. See, formation is the first part. First, you should know what is a contract and how do you form it. Now comes the second and the more important part, which is about the performance of contract. Performance of contract means actually performing what you had promised earlier. Means actually doing what you had said earlier, what you had agreed earlier. And once you perform the contract comes to an end. But do you think performance is as simple? Is it this simple? Or do you think there'll be many provisions relating to performance of contract? Yes, there are a lot of provisions relating to the performance of contract. Now, I'll just ask you a couple of questions. Do you think only the promiser can perform the contract, or anyone else can also perform? Anybody else? Do you think a contract can be performed at any time, or there's some restriction as far as time is concerned? What if the promiser dies? Do we have any alternative then? Or what if suddenly the contract becomes impossible to perform? Some impossibility crops up. What do you do then? Do you need to perform? What if both the parties to the contract mutually decide that they do not need to perform? What do we do in all these cases? How do we perform? When do we perform? Who performs it? These are some of the questions which need to be answered, and we'll do precisely this thing in this session. So let's get started with the topic performance of contract.